Hiya, this is Keeping Up with KJ podcast with me, Kev Jones, part of Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating. We are the KJ Group UK. Reason why we are doing the podcast is for you, the consumer, to bring you obviously knowledge on boilers, solar, heat pumps, air conditioning. We also do bathroom suites. We're also going to be going over what the government's plans are for the future. We'll have special guests. We're going to have a behind-the-scenes look into the day-to-day running of Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating and the challenges what we see every day. Also, we're going to have a podcast challenge. We're going to have free giveaways. We've got some beanie hats here with the KJ branding on, and we also want you to interact with us. So we'd love to have your questions. So please subscribe, like, and send in your questions to any of our social media sites and also on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So, Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating. How am I here today? Where it all started. It started with my dad. My dad's a heating engineer. Sometimes in the 6-week holidays, I'd go to work the odd day with my dad. Many years ago now, so I don't think it'd be allowed today with health and safety, etc. But this is what we used to do. I used to go to work with my dad and get bored. So I originally started just go a bit of labouring, and I actually went off and did my own thing for a couple of years. But then when I started thinking straight, knew what was best for me, I'd obviously see my dad. My dad's like a hero to me, really. He was the shining light. So just by the day-to-day of what he did in his life, like gave a great lesson to me, to great work ethic. When I used to get up in the morning for work, for school, he'd already be gone. He'd be gone to work. And then when I get home, he'd still be at work. He'd come home, have his tea, and go back to work. Many of you out there who are plumbers and heating engineers or tradesmen were familiar with that work ethic. So it's definitely gets ingrained in you at an early age through the people around you. So yeah, I've got everything to thank my dad for. So I'm forever grateful for the lessons he taught me when I was younger and gave me a platform to thrive from an early age. So I did the usual route of doing an apprentice, so as apprenticeship. So my dad actually worked for himself by this stage. I think my dad's been I think it's at least 45 years my dad's been doing it. He's now 68. He's still actually installs, and he started when he was 15, 16. So yeah, it's a long old, you do the maths for me. So there's nothing what he doesn't know on the domestic stage. So nothing better to do apprenticeship with him. As he was a subcontracting to a company, he was obviously well in with that gaffer, who was Mick Buxton, who worked at East Coast Gas Services, and he gave me an opportunity. I had to wait till September, and I started in the January. So the first basically part of my apprenticeship was just delivering boilers. So and it was before the sat navs came out. So I got to learn how to read a map. So but we did have mobiles. It was one of them where I used to get lots of angry phone calls from engineers. Where are you with my boiler? Because I was like, I'm not actually sure where I am. So trying to read a map. So it was a steep learning curve. Lots of fun on the way. Met some really good people. And then obviously I started going on my own once I qualified. It was during the recession. So the company where I worked for, I did my apprenticeship, relied heavily on the government grant scheme at the time. And that all just got dropped by the government suddenly, and left a lot of us out of work. So I had a bad accident as well just before that, and got dislocated a broken arm. So it left me unable to work for a good couple of months, and I couldn't get a job. So with the last bit of money I got, I set up with my brother-in-law to start working, and then went out working on my own. And that's where Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating got created in 2009. We went limited in 2015, and now we've got the team where we are today. So yeah, I worked on my own for a long time. So got all the experience as you do as a subcontractor. So I did my own work, but an awful lot of subcontracting because I weren't too keen on the front end of the business, and obviously being young, inexperienced on that side. But I knew I could do my job, so I used to just concentrate on getting jobs and installing them to a high standard, and moving on from there. So yeah, I worked all around the country, met lots of good people again. I didn't mind working long hours. I had no issues getting in at 10 o'clock at night and then going again at 6 in the morning. Not a problem at all. Still now, I still do the same thing now if I needed to. Obviously, I got to the point when the kids come along. My kids are my why. So quick video now, just to introduce you to my 3 children, Loxley, Journey and Hendrix.
Hello, I'm Kev Jones from the Heating.
The next generation.
I'm in the kept only me.
Oh, who are you?
I'm like a pill. I've been taught Nottingham Forest.
Check 54!
So yeah, you can. There's my why. You can see why I obviously do the job. I want to provide them as good a childhood as I had. Obviously, becoming a dad changes everything really. When you're working, when you work for yourself, you can just basically you just stick to that, and you're selfish. It's just all about yourself. You work hard, and everything else comes with it. But once you've got children, everything changes. Well, I spent a good few years trying to adapt. I employed people, and then they didn't work out. I didn't have the experience really as a business person to do it. So eventually I came across a company called Trade Mastermind, and they changed my life massively. So it gave me the tools to be able to upscale and take my knowledge and add to it, and then basically build the company to where we are today. After all that was we've been through together with Trade Mastermind, and obviously with my family, and getting to where we need to be, we are now at a stage where we have lots of satisfied customers. And for you, the consumer, we want obviously always in trying to improve our service. This is a reason why we're doing the podcast show, to educate you. So bring you information, what people need. Also, we want to tell you about obviously the future, what we're looking for at Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating. So we are now called obviously Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating. We're part of the KJ Group UK. The reason for this is because we're going to start doing solar and renewables. Also the heat pumps, obviously, and air source. So we're doing aircon, and we're also bathroom suites. But what I want for you, the consumer, we always want a solution for you. So you can always contact us. Even if we can't help you, we'll find you a tradesman who can help you. Because of my vast experience and working all around the country and knowing all these different companies who are good and reliable, we can lead you in the right direction, even if it's somewhere out of reach, what we can do for you. So yeah, I was doing my apprenticeship with my dad and other people. There's a photo of my dad. As you can see, I did have hair once upon a time. Sadly, not anymore. So now I just have hats, lots of hats. So I got to the stage when I was still subcontracting and working all around the country. I met Charlotte, my wife. We got married and had 3 children. We had them quite a quick succession. But after the first one, I knew that my life was obviously needing to change. I got to change everything what I was doing. What I was doing weren't sustainable. Couldn't work the hours what I was doing. So I had to find a change. So this is where life obviously got a bit more interesting. I had a really interesting year in 2021. So I basically, they say there's 3 things to the most stressful things what you can bring to a household. One was having a baby, one was moving house, and one was getting married. So we did all 3 in 1 year. We didn't plan it that way. COVID made things a bit more interesting, so that delayed the house move to end up being in that year. It also brought obviously our 3rd baby across as well. Maybe too much time to ourselves, and then obviously we were highly stressed. I was highly working hard. Can you imagine the amount of money that you need to do all these 3 things? So lots of stress. Was just coming out of COVID as well, which was difficult. So what she actually did, we knocked the house move on the head and changed that to the year later. We had a baby journey in February, and then obviously we got married in the August. But sadly, my mum died just before we got married, so it made it a very difficult time. I suffered quite a lot after that, after the aftermath of all that. In the winter, when I went back out working, when things had settled down a bit more, like September to Christmas was really difficult, and I actually employed another person to be with me, a bit of a saviour really to me. So I just went on my own, suffering. So yeah, obviously I was trying to implement all these things. When I look back, I probably had a lot of pressure, too much things on too many times. So this gave me, as soon as when Trade Mastermind come across and give me the opportunity to upscale and maybe work a bit smarter and get people in to work with me and upscale the business. Even it was like a no-brainer to me. So, and I've never turned back. So part of the show is going to be behind the scenes. So you can see the day-to-day of Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating and how we get on as running a family-run business. Me and the wife, at this stage of the filming, we're still working from home. We have obviously 3 children, young children. The oldest is 7, youngest is 3. And we have 4 beagles. And anybody who knows beagles will be able to relate to our pain of obviously trying to look after them. They're very strong-willed and do what they want a lot of the time, which is obviously makes it even more a challenge to work from home. This is changing. We've now got offices, and we are going to be moving into them offices in the foreseeable future. There's a first clip, and it starts off with basically a typical Monday. Obviously, us getting ready, getting the kids ready for breakfast, and then getting the car to down to Sign Power in Mansfield, who do all our design and obviously do all the wraps for the cars and vans, our vehicles basically. So thanks to them. So I'm in the car now, getting a lift. Right, yeah, turn right. There's the kids, look, all ready to go, aren't we? You ready for school, kids?
Yes.
Are we late? It takes 15 minutes.
20 past.
It's 17 minutes past, we've got to be there.
Fuck me.
Well, yeah, we've got to be there in 30 minutes. It don't take 30 minutes to drive from there to there. So, yes, we are pushing for time, but we'll be there on time. Don't worry about that. So,
Who knows?
we'll be fine, aren't we, kids? We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlotte's doing a bit of driving.
Don't moan about it.
I'm not moaning about it. Just get there. I'm going to be sat nav.
Going now.
Left. Right.
I'm
So
disorientated, right?
I don't understand why. Right. We just dropped the car off and it's right near Flannels. Every woman knows where Flannels is. She's pretending that she don't know her way back.
I have to sat nav it every time.
She definitely knows her way there.
So how long has Loxley been at his Sunday football club for? I still have to sat nav my way there and back.
Well, you should pay attention when you're passenger.
So next video is a little video now of me basically, eventually, it probably seems like midday, but me actually going to work. So I'm going to work, just introducing you to that. Let me know what you think. If your day's just as hectic as ours, please share. You can put any comments on any of the social media platforms or on the YouTube channel. So I'm in the Corsa now, just on the way to our first survey. We've got the kids in school on time. So quick turnaround this morning. It is now 5 to 9. So the morning's already kind of long, but it's just busy. That's what we do. So 2 surveys first thing this morning. We've done 42 sales. Now the target for the month was 44, but I've now upped that personally to 50. So we're going to try and get to 50. That would be the best we've actually sold in a month. In-store wise, we're very much around that part as well. So we're looking to have our best month on record. January, obviously the cold snap has obviously helped that along. And obviously all the hard work of the staff as well. So we worked really hard this month, straight from Christmas, came back refreshed, and they've done a fantastic job. We couldn't ask for anything more. So yeah, we still keep supplying that great service. That's what we're here for. So yes, I'm going to get stuck into my morning's work now, and I'll catch up with you later on today. Oh, I'm also in the Corsa as well, because the car's gone in for sign writing. Forgot how much I love this car. It's mint, little hatchback, takes me back to my youth. Great little car, can't fault it. So yeah, have a great day, and I will see you soon. So that's it, nearly the end of the day. It's 10 past 8, just been to Tesco to get some cowpole for the youngest. She's not very well still, so we're gonna load it up on the cowpole for maybe a late couple of nights. So successful day, plenty been done by the team, jobs are going in okay. 3 really satisfied customers who've all decided to go ahead with us and chosen our company to install their new boilers. So yes, indifferent day tomorrow for me. So a bit of admin in the morning from home, couple of surveys, and then I'm off to meet someone to have lunch to talk about things what we're doing in the future. So yeah, that's me signing off, and
we'll speak soon.
So back to keeping up with KJ. We have got a video of me picking up the van or car, whatever you want to call it. It's the ID Buzz. So it's there for the new services, to advertise the new services, what we are doing. So just here to pick up the new Buzz. Been sign written by, thanks to Sign Power. They do all our sign writing on our vans. So it's a KJ Group UK. And it's mainly towards our new verticals, what we are doing. So our new services for our customers, which is going to be boilers, what we've always done, but we are now doing solar, renewables, aircon. We'll also be doing bathroom suites as well. You can contact us on the details there, 01623 240 150, or go onto our website, which is KJ Group UK. Obviously one of our members of staff will quote you accordingly. Also, we've been accepted by the Guild as well for our quality of work. We're on Checker Trade. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel as well. So thanks again to Sign Power for their good work again. As you can see, they've done an absolute fantastic job of making our new electric ID Buzz all branded up to our latest sign writing. And then also there's a little video in there of me taking my son to football, and then also just me just finishing off a bit of work admin at the end of the day. Okay, so one of the main reasons what I got for tools for was so I could spend more time with these guys, the kids, and it's given me the opportunity to do what we're doing now. So it is we're on the way to training, so I do a bit of coaching with the under 8s at Clipston. So what we're doing now is obviously we're just driving to training. We get an hour's training, and then we'll go home and get some tea. What are you doing? So yeah, it also gives us a great opportunity to do these sort of things. This is what we love doing, spending time with the kids, because there's nothing better than obviously spending time with your family. So we're a big believer, obviously family comes first. So yeah, we're off to training now. Hopefully had a good session. The weather's improved slightly, it's not raining as it has been all day. So yeah, watch this space. We'll see you soon.
And remember to press that subscribe button.
Oh, good lad. Like and subscribe and send a comment. Let us know if you go training with your son or daughter, and what other things you do in your spare time. So yeah, like and subscribe. So just got back from football training. Sorry about the mess behind us. Collecting boxes for nursery. So we've got a Hello Fresh box and a boiler box there, some other boxes as well. So that's why it's a bit of a mess in the background. Yeah, I'm just doing the last bit of prep. Obviously recording the podcast show tomorrow. A bit daunted by it, to be honest, but yeah, got to try these things, haven't you? So looking forward to it and daunted by it. It'll be a good experience. Going to learn from it. Hopefully, you know, the main reason I'm doing all this for is to bring you, consumer, to you know, have that knowledge and have the confidence going into like having new services and products. So if you wanted a new boiler, new solar panels, or wanted information about it, you've got it.
Hey, what you doing?
Just doing a quick video.
Have you told them to excuse the mess because we're moving into an office?
No, I said that you was taking it to nursery. Busted.
Oh, the nursery stuff's upstairs.
Alright, so yeah, okay, that's our new office. So we have just signed papers to obviously move out of the house and actually have an office space to work. So we are moving. We've done this, reason why we've stayed at home for so long is because only me and Charlotte do all the admin. But now, obviously moving forward, we've got new members of the team who are going to be doing admin as well. So I'm pretty sure they'll feel awkward working in our property.
I heard you talking to yourself, so I thought, what's he doing? Is he finally cracked? Has he finally gone mad?
He's finally gone insane, just talking to himself.
I'll leave you to it then. Adios, amigos.
Adios. So I am just doing, I've got my prep cards for the podcast show. I'm going to be just writing on the back of them, just giving myself a few notes. And just doing the last bit of research, putting the last few edits together for the gang to help me with this show. So yeah, looking forward to it, but also very daunted by it. Please like and subscribe and give us some comments, hints and tips. We all appreciate it. Speak soon.
So please let me know what you think of the videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts. So you can contact us on all our social media platforms, and also you can email in to admin@kj.uk. I have to apologise for my advances in technology. You will see that I'm not great with things, so enjoy it as you do. With me trying to film myself, I'm not very good at all this sort of stuff. It is the user. The technology is great. It's me who can't really use it very well. You'll find probably a few giggles in there. The wife taking the mick out of me.
Hi, I'm Kev from Kev Jones. What are you doing?
Hello, Kevin. Charlotte.
I know, I'm taking the mick out of you. That's all I'm there for the last 20 minutes. Hi, I'm Kev. Woo-hoo.
You probably already gathered I'm a family man, and the kids mean the world to me. So we wanted to ask the children what they thought Daddy did. So here's a video. Take a peek.
Right, I've got a question for you kids. What do you think Daddy does for a job?
Work.
What does he do though for work?
Poop.
Poo.
Computer.
On his computer? What else does Daddy do?
Make money.
Make money? But how does he make money? What does he do to make money?
Work.
Work. But what does he do for work? Does
He
he
fix boilers.
fix boilers? Good lad. Well done.
So we work closely with the community, and we do what work we can. I believe in doing, if you can, you should. So we're in a position where we can, thankfully. So we work with the Dogs Trust. We believe in no good dogs should get put down. And here's a quick video with one of our beagles, me trying to do a video with him. Hi, I'm Kev from Kev Jones Eating, and this is Bowie the Beagle. We reown Bowie. We work closely with the Dogs Trust. We believe no healthy dog should be left without a home. No healthy dog should be put down. So we do what we can by helping. So every time someone purchases a boiler off us as a company, there he goes. Every time someone purchases a boiler off us as a company, we make a personal donation to the Dogs Trust to help them out to rehome dogs. As I said before, we do obviously lots of work in the community. One of our main charities is SANS. So SANS supports anyone who suffers from infant and pregnancy loss. This is a big one for me and the wife. So we hardly support this. So every time someone purchases off us as a company, I make a personal donation. It's a forever thank you for the work they did with my wife. Forever grateful for their support. So this part of the podcast is the boiler journey. What I'm trying to show for you is what to expect. So if your boiler's broke down or you're looking to have a new boiler, this is the route to take. So there's many different ways to obviously find a company to install your boiler. One main thing at the very start of all this is that they need to be gas safe. They've got to have the gas safe logo and obviously be registered to install your boiler. To manufacturer's instructions, obviously with gas safe standards. This is essential. Obviously, when you start your journey, maybe the boiler's starting to play up or it is broken down, there's many ways of looking. The internet is the most popular one now. So you can go on the internet. For instance, if you want to get in touch with us and have a look for a quote, you can quote yourself for a boiler, and then one of our trusted members of staff will give you a call and talk you through the journey. You can look at different boilers on there. It'll also give you basically, I'll ask you a series of questions. Example, what type of property you got? Detached, semi-detached, terraced? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? Because there's all different boilers for all different types. So it's all sorts of courses, really. You can look at our website. That is on admin@kj.uk. That will take you straight to our website and you can quote for yourself. You also can give us a call on 01623 420 150. Once you're happy and you found a company that you want to pursue to come and fit your boiler, what you need to do is arrange a survey. You will get quotes online, and we can give you a quote online, but we'll still come out and do a technical survey. And 99% of the time, you need to come and have a technical survey because there's so much involved with having a gas boiler. It's not a purchase what you do very often, so you need to get it right. And there is lots of ways to do it wrong. So we pride ourselves on coming out and doing a technical survey. And the start of that journey, you should be one of our members of staff will talk you through a series of questions. These are all standard questions just to find out a bit of history about your boiler and what you're looking for. So for our main goal is to get what you want and need. So we've been in the trade for a very long time, and we can accommodate your needs. So we'll find the solution, what you're looking for, one way or another. For the survey, we'd book a survey. One of our surveyors would come around, takes around an hour. So we need to make sure you've got the time. We suggest that both of the decision makers are in the property. So you and your partner maybe, or yourself, whoever the decision maker is best to be at the property when coming to do the survey. They'll do a number of things on the survey. So we have to do a technical survey. This is regarding to find out what type of boiler you've got. So all dependent on, it starts with the different type of properties, what are out there and what property you live in. It's also what you want. So how do you use your central heating? How do you use your hot water? This might determine what type of styles of central heating you have. So these will all be just general questions what they ask. And then the surveyor will do a technical survey. So he'll check your water, see how many litres per minute you getting on the cold water pressure. This is essential to know what type of boiler you need. These are checks what every surveyor should be doing when they come and survey your house property for a new gas boiler. Also, obviously, dimensions regarding the boiler. Is it going to fit where you want it? So, place basically. Is it going to be going in a place where it can be fitted to manufacturer's instructions? Very important. Also, they'll do all the measurements and everything what needs doing. Then more than likely sit you down and go over everything with you. So at this point, you'll be asked the questions of what you want. What are you looking for? And the surveyor will best advise you what suits your needs to find a solution for you. So with us, once you're happy at this stage, we'll be able to give you a quote in-house. You can book in. We ask for a small deposit unless using finance. There's no deposit on finance. So we've got all different ways of paying. So we don't discriminate against anyone. We cover all corners when it comes to paying. So that's absolutely fine. We're set up for you. Once that is all set up and you're ready to go, we can choose an installation date, and then moving on to boiler install. Our highly trained, vetted staff come and install your boiler. We'll roughly get there for 8 o'clock. The guys will call you before they get there, just to give you an ETA. All materials should get delivered to property. So there's literally nothing else for you to do. Just sit back. You can get on with your day to day. If you need to go to work, you can go to work, etc. So once the work's carried out and the boiler's installed, we'll register the boiler. We'll talk you through how to use your controls, etc. You've got different options of controls, which our engineers will go through with you. They'll also go through what manufacturers are there. So there's lots of manufacturers that are there, and we're accredited by the majority of them. So we're accredited by all the manufacturers, leading manufacturers, that is. So all the boilers what we use, you'll get extended warranties on them because obviously they're high-end boilers. So we also have boilers for each budget as well. Never worry about costs and things like that. We can go over all these things with you to make it, there's a boiler for everybody out there. So yeah, manufacturers, obviously you'll heard of most of them, I'm sure. The most obvious ones are Worcester, Valiant, Baxi, Ideal, Wiseman and Glowworm. And we can provide obviously aftercare for all of those. We'll also service the boiler. So it's not only do we want to fit your boiler, we want to go on the journey. So once you're a customer, we want to keep you as a customer. We'd love to carry on and do the maintenance for your boiler for the lifespan of the boiler, and obviously for you and your family. For this reason, we also do referrals. For every referral what comes across you send across to us, any friends, family, neighbours, work colleagues, etc., we'll give you a £100 voucher once a boiler's been purchased, and we'll also knock £100 off the quote as well, and that is unlimited. So when it comes to regards in aftercare, we give the warranties, so there'll be manufacturer's warranties on these. You can expect them to be around 10 years, depending on what boiler you have. There is boilers out there with 5 years, 7 years, and 15 years. We'll upgrade all these warranties for you, which will be discussed on site when we come and survey your boiler. So we can service and maintain your boiler. We have different ways of paying for this. You can have a subscription, which is £6.99 a month, or we charge a one-off fee of £84. It's entirely up to you. You should expect to pay anywhere in between £70 and £130 for a gas service. So we want you to interact with us. We want to hear your stories. We're going to have a few challenges. So every podcast, there will be a challenge. I'd love to see your DIY efforts with your partner. These really do test the marriages, I guess, sometimes. They can be very interesting. So send in your efforts, please, if you dare. Also, one of the challenges, what I'm going to do later today on the show, is bending pipe. So this is something what you learn as an apprentice, being a plumber. The 15 mil is quite straightforward. The 22 mil definitely requires technique. So if you can send your videos in to any of our social media platforms or YouTube, take your efforts, and I'm going to have a go at doing this in a minute. Show you how it's done. See if I can remember how it's doing. I haven't done it for a long while now. I've not been on the tools for 18 months. So let's see if I remember that technique of how I've done it. Once upon a time, I did it with my eyes closed. So hopefully I've still got the technique and strength to do it. Also, would love you to come on to the show with your questions. Any questions you want us to answer, we'll quite happily answer them for you. And any questions what are sent in and we read out on the show, we'll basically send you a hat. So it's just a beanie hat with a bit of KJ logo in on there. And what we'll do, we'll send that over to you. We'll interact with you and get in touch with you after the show, after we've read it out, read your question out. So if you have any questions regarding plumbing, heating, boilers, solar, all renewables, and then obviously aircon and bathroom suites, please ask away. We'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so there's a lot of noise about gas boilers being phased out. We get this question quite regular. People worried about, are they going to purchase a new gas boiler and then they're not going to be allowed to use it in a few years' time? The rule is from the government is in 2025, gas boilers are not going to be allowed to be installed in new builds only. It's nothing to worry about. So you've got a domestic property, there's absolutely no problem with having a new gas boiler. The ruling is at the minute, and they're willing to move the goalposts, which is normally the case with our government. I do know that the gas meters were supposed to have gone digital by 2021, and we are now in 2025, and I do believe that there's still a lot of the old gas meters out there. So there's nothing to worry about. So by 2035, the government is hoping to outlaw, basically, phase out any gas boilers and oil boilers to get rid of the fossil fuels. You know, we are working towards a greener planet. So this is the goal. So any boilers after 2035, what stop working will basically be forced to look towards another renewable energy source. So heat pumps, etc., air source, and whatever other technologies are coming out. So there's lots of new things being brought in. So gas boilers are still, personally, the most efficient way to heat your home. That is probably news what the government doesn't want to hear, but it's the truth. Sales in gas boilers is still going up from the figures from 2022 to 2023 to 1.2 million to 1.4 million, I do believe. So it's still actually a growing trend that people are having gas boilers. The reason for that is actually they're a lot more cost effective. The air source and heat pumps, solar, etc., can be obviously a lot more expense, and more work needs to be done. As swapping a gas boiler, less work what needs to be done. In the short phase, if you are looking to change your boiler or need to change your boiler, there is electric boilers on the market as well, and then obviously look to like having solar to heat that. We will be having specialists on the show to explain more in the future of solar, heat pumps, aircon, etc. But for now, I wouldn't hesitate to obviously change your gas boiler. We've got plenty of years left. Right, so as we speak, we are in 2025. The government is bringing in a tax levy to the manufacturers for gas boilers. So the way this is going to work, they are basically saying any major manufacturer who sells basically over a certain amount of boilers a year will get fined. So they have to fit a certain amount of heat pumps for every gas boiler. So because this is unachievable at the minute, and obviously all the manufacturers are working really hard. We keep in touch with the manufacturers. They're doing everything they can to get us onto heat pumps, etc. There's still a massive call for gas boilers. So the fines are inevitable. So they're going to get fined. So they're passing that fine onto the consumer, sadly. So starting April 2025, there's going to be a minimum price hike on a gas boiler of £120. When it comes down to the future of gas boilers, I do believe we're very much over the hill, should we say. It's definitely peaked in the last couple of years. We've obviously, the last few years, everyone taken a big note on how burning fossil fuels is such a drain on the planet, and we need to be greener and look after our planet. Basically means that they'll start gradually fading off. Now, I don't think this will be a quick knee jerk. I think it'll be gradual. So I'm in my 40s. I believe probably by the time I retire, which is probably going to be 60s, 70s, or if I take after my dad, I'll probably never retire. I think by the time I retire, you'll be slim pickings to get a gas boiler. I do believe that renewables will take over eventually. So we all need to be vigilant about that. And this is going to be part of the show where we educate you on everything what's coming. So you've got an idea of what to look for. There's lots of bad press about heat pumps and solar and everything. And a lot of it is untrue. It's all untrialed. So it's all about getting the right people in to do this job properly. And yeah, these heat pumps, etc., they work fantastic if they're done right, the right people. So yeah, please get in touch with us and we'll be able to help you, guide you down that journey. Okay, so into the Q&A. So this is a section where we want you guys to basically interact with us, and we want to answer any questions that you may have regarding obviously everything what we do. So boilers, solar, renewables, heat pumps, air source, aircon, and even bathroom suites. What you can do to ask your questions, you can email in to admin@kjgroup.uk, or you can contact us send a message into any of our social media platforms. We're also on YouTube as well. So whatever works for you, we'd love to hear your questions. And any questions what are read out on the show, as I said before, there'll be a free gift of a free hat, beanie hat with KJ branded on. So one for you to keep you warm in the winter. First question from Richard. How do you know that a company is registered with GasSafe? Very important. You need to be checking this. So what you can do, as a customer, you can go on the internet and go onto GasSafe. You can type in the company name. They'll basically come up if they are registered. You also can use company house as well. So just a good way of looking to see how established the company is. So you need somebody who's going to look after you throughout the journey of this boiler. If you find that the company isn't GasSafe, we'd say stay away. Maybe worth asking the questions first, why they aren't actually registered. But I'd highly recommend that the company you use is registered with GasSafe and the engineer is registered with GasSafe who they use. Consequences if you don't use a GasSafe engineer, the boiler, potentially might not be fitted to manufacturer's instructions, might not be fitted safely. Yeah, this is gas we're playing with. So everything's got to be spot on. Your warranties could be void, and obviously you won't have building regulations either. So every boiler what's registered by a gas engineer is obviously compliant with building regulations. So you'll also get a certificate. So when you come to selling your house, you get a certificate. You won't be able to sell the home without the certificate. So please use a GasSafe engineer. So our next question is from Matthew, and he has asked, what is the life expectancy of a gas boiler? Gas boilers, depending on obviously who's fitted it, what's the brand and obviously model, the quality of the boiler. So most boilers, you'll be looking in between 10 and 15 years. You get a high quality one, you can get up to 20 years. At Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating, we're fitting everything to standard. So you get the filters, scale reducers, shock arresters, everything what is needed to comply with manufacturer's instructions. You'll also get a power flush, which cleans all the system out for you. Power flush is now done in separate different ways. There's lots of new styles and techniques, which obviously cleans your system. You should be really getting like a certificate to prove that that's been completed correctly as well, which we supply for you. So yes, the average life expectancy of a boiler now would be around 15 years if completed by us, with obviously all the filters and cleaning processes what are involved. Obviously, maintenance is extremely important to all that as well. You need to get a gas boiler serviced every 12 months, 1 year, by a gas-safe engineer. This is a service what we also supply for you. When it comes down to obviously the gas boiler as well and its lifespan, it's very important that you get the right boiler fitted. And this is why the survey at the front end is so important. So if we fit the wrong boiler size in, the lifespan of the boiler is going to shorten, maybe for being overworked or underworked, etc. So it really is horses for courses. You've got to get that right boiler, what's going to suit your property. So there's not one what fixes all. So it's really vital that you get that survey done, and we're quite happy to do this for you. All you need to do is contact us at admin@kjgroup.uk or call us at 01623 420 150, and one of our friendly staff will lead you in the right direction and give you everything you need. Okay, so we've got Sarah, who's asked the question of, what's the difference between a combi and a regular boiler? Now, this is a question what gets asked quite commonly now, because combis are pretty much the norm. So over the last 30 years, most people have gradually gone over to combis. It doesn't mean that combis is the answer for all. It all depends on your household again, and your system and how you use it. It's got to be right for you. So the difference in between a combi and a regular boiler. So if you've noticed before, with a regular boiler, you'll have a cylinder as well as tanks. So you store water. So this is pretty good for households with low water pressure. So if your water pressure is low coming into the property, you may potentially have to store the water. These systems were very common 30, 40, 50 years ago. So you get like a cylinder maybe upstairs, tanks in the loft, and the boiler downstairs. Combis take up a lot less space, but are reliant on good water pressure. So for instance, for a 30 kilowatt boiler, you'd need about 12.5 litres per minute coming out of the cold water tap. So this could supply, obviously, maybe your bath and your shower and sink downstairs. But what you will find with a combi, if you haven't got that water pressure, is when you turn two outlets on, hot water outlets on at the same time. So for instance, the bath, or if you're in the shower and then somebody turns the hot tap on in the kitchen, you get like a lug in the pressure in the shower, or sometimes get dropped slightly cold or changes temperature. Obviously, that's all down to not having quite the water pressure needed. Also, and this is why you could potentially have bigger boilers as well. So for instance, we do highly recommend if you've got a bath in your property, you'll need a 30 kilowatt boiler. If you've got a shower and you live maybe in a bungalow or a flat, a 24 kilowatt would suit your property. And then a 35 kilowatt would be more towards your bathroom and shower ensuite. So the slightly bigger property, maybe a 4-bedroomed house, something like that. So next question is from Stuart. How do I know my boiler is efficient? So when it's first fitted to manufacturer standards, it'll be around 94% efficient, depending on obviously manufacturers. The stats out there, the ERP rating would be down to 70% or after 10 years, depending on obviously how well you've maintained that boiler. So it could be low. So that would be classed as G-rated at 70%. So even if your boiler has been maintained and is working well, it may no longer efficient. So down to 70%. So it's not a life-changing amount of money, but it could change your money on your gas bill. Every penny counts. So looking into having your boiler changed, if it's been installed for over 10 years and it maybe hasn't got a magnetic filter on there or a scale reducer, or maybe it hasn't been flushed, it's worth having a look into, see if obviously it's cost effective to have a new one. You can find all this information out on admin@kj.co.uk, obviously on our website. So also with episodes to come in the future, we are going to have leading experts in the industries of solar, renewables, and aircon. So tune in again to see what we can do and how we can help you and create solutions for new, up-to-date, energy efficiency ways to heat your home, and obviously also keep it cool. Down to the challenge. I'm going to be using the benders to do a 90-degree bend on 15 and 22 mil copper pipe. I learned how to do this so long ago, I can't remember the technique to actually probably teach you and talk you through it. It's just one of those, it's second nature to me, so I just do it. I do it slightly different to what my dad used to do it, which used to drive him a bit mad. So please send in your videos and comments if I do it a different way to what the rest of the industry does. It's what suits me and how I do this. If it's right, let me know. If it's wrong, let me know. And let me know the techniques, what you use. So this is Keeping Up with KJ Podcast Challenge. What we're going to be doing today is using the benders, which are sat there behind me, to bend some 15 mil and 22 mil copper pipe. Now, this is something any plumber and heating engineer should be able to do with a bit of practice. My dad, obviously I've mentioned earlier on in the podcast, was very up for the bends, less fittings, less leaks. So it was a skill what we all had to learn. Some people was better at it than others. I'd like to think I could do a couple of pipe bends here and there. So here's my attempt. I'm going to do the 15 mil first, a 90-degree bend, and then I'll do the more challenging one, 22. What I'd like to see is your attempts, and I'd like you to send them in to the show, either on our social media platforms or on YouTube. So here we go. Gonna have a go at it. See if we can still remember how to do it. So start with a 15 mil. Put the benders up, guide the pipe in. Sometimes best to do this on a knee floor. Put the guide in, put the clamp on to the point where you need to bend it. And there you go. There is a 90-degree bend. Voila. Very easy. 15 mil. Now the more challenging one is where your next technique is the 22. When we was apprentices, this is where the experienced guys used to get the young lads say, right, go on, just bend with that 22 mil pipe. And it's and then you see them struggling and straining. So let's have a look at your attempts. Please send them in. So here we go, same technique. Just have to put a bit of leverage into it. Oh, maybe not as strong as it used to be. And there you go. Careful not to mark the floor with the pipe. Voila. 90-degree bend. So that's my go at the challenge. Can you please send in your efforts on the socials or on YouTube? We'd love to see how you get on. And am I using the correct technique? My dad used to say, I didn't. I did it a different way, made it hard work for myself. Let's see what you say. Right, so this part of the show, we're doing the pipe bending. We've got a special guest here, Joseph Valente. Joe's just going to remind us all that he was on the tools once upon a time, and he's going to have a go at bending the pipes. So I'll leave you to it, Joe. You know
back on the tools, okay.
Back on the tools.
Right, what shall I do first? The 90 degree?
90. Yeah, let's get a 90 out of you. Nice and easy. Eyes shut. There we are, look.
Always bend it a little bit over. Job
Exactly
done.
That. Are you going to go with the 22?
Beautiful. Look at that.
Perfect.
Always a little bit of extra. Still got it. Yeah?
Definitely.
Perfect.
Great job.
Okay, what other one should we do? While we do it on the 15 mil.
The thing is with the pipe benders, you can look like you don't know what you're doing very easily because you need free hands almost. So Joseph's showing his experience here that he's making it look very easy. So I'm guessing he's doing just a little kick here, which is what you use to get around like any obstacles on a pipe run. Yeah, so look, he's still got it, no problems at all. This is the hardest part, make sure it's all in line.
Little bit of JV magic.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Beautiful.
Stevie Wonder would love to see it. So great
Let's
effort,
do
Joe.
a bit of 22.
Bit of 22. This is the technique where it really comes in because it is a lot harder. It's only 7mm thicker pipe, but it does really take the technique, as Ian found out earlier on his efforts.
And this one, you use the floor.
Ah.
Usually, I don't use the arms.
Make sure there's a dust sheet down. So a little 45 bend again.
What I forgot to do on the last one was line it up.
It's easily done with 15. It distorts very easily, don't it? There we are. Perfect.
Call me Mario.
There we go. Still got it. So if you've got any feedback on mine and Joe's attempts at bending pipes and any techniques, shouldn't use the floor, should we? Not in customer's house, 100%. If you've got any comments, please put them on, send them on our platforms, on social medias, and also on our YouTube channel. Okay, thank you for tuning in.
Well done, Kev.
Cheers, Jeff.
Great job, mate. Well done.
Mate. So that's it for today. I'd like to thank you very much for watching this episode of Keeping Up with KJ. Hope you found it entertaining and obviously the information on there useful. So today we've gone through an intro, why we're actually doing this, the beginning, my life through the plumbing world, and to be where I am today from the beginning. We gave you the boiler journey for what to look for the surveys. You know, the new governments, what the government's doing towards our industry, and also obviously our charities. Our charities, if you wish to donate or look more into, you can find them on all our socials, and also you can email us at admin@kjgroup.uk for any further information if you'd like to get involved. We'd love to get involved if you wanted to, so we're more than happy to hear from you. For any more information, please see our socials. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel. You can also contact us on admin@kjgroup.uk. The phone number to contact our staff is 01623 420 150. So it's been great. It'd be great to hear from you. Any questions you have, please interact with the show. We'd love to see your videos. Let's see your challenges, any ideas for challenges, what you'd like to see us try and do, or me try and do. I'm more than happy to have a go at stuff and new stuff maybe. We hope you've liked the behind the scenes look. Let us know if there's anything else what you'd like to see. Please like, subscribe, and obviously leave any comments on our socials or to the YouTube channel. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Thanks for viewing. Hope you liked the content and found it useful. I just want to introduce my next podcast, which will be a solar special. We have Kieran from KMM for solar. They're going to be our special. He's going to be our special guest. He's got vast experience in the solar field. So if you have any questions for Kieran, please send in on our social platforms or admin@kjgroup.uk. Please like, subscribe, and leave any comments. Thank you very much. Hi, it's Kev from Kev Jones Plumbing and Heating, here with Kieran from KMM. So he's going to be a guest appearance on our podcast show next month. So please stay tuned to hear more from Kieran on solar. Looking forward to it, guys. And we'll see you next time on Keeping Up with KJ, the podcast show.